Welcome back to Chill Chats, everyone. I am Jen, and I have a very special guest, as always. But today I'm very excited because this is someone I used to work with. This is Christy. She is an elite hairstylist, so I'm so excited to dive in. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Having me.
Yeah, my pleasure. So, do you like typically go by like you're an elite stylist? Is that, I feel
Yeah,
like
I mean,
even,
that verbiage does change depending on where you work. Now I'm by myself, I'm on my own. So I think different names get given to you depending on where you work,
gotcha.
um, based off of years, time in the industry. Yeah, I guess I call myself an elite or seasoned.
We'll
But
go with elite.
yeah, yes, I elite stylist is perfect.
Perfect. So how long have you been doing it and been in the industry?
So I have been in the industry since 2000. I actually went to beauty school my senior year of high school. Um, I did a vocational program, and it took me about 2 years to get licensed. And I took my first client behind the chair when I was 19. I'm aging myself,
Awesome.
but 23 years I've been licensed.
That's awesome.
24 years, 24, wow, 24 years.
Hot
Yes,
minute. So
yeah.
I love that. Is there anything like being in it for so long that's changed a lot that you're like, wow, or something that you wish would
Social media.
catch up?
I mean, social media in my industry right now is making waves for all the new hairstylists and all the, I'll call it maybe like under 30. I went to beauty school and started my career without social media at all. And it was word of mouth. You did like house visits. But I think that's changing the way that our industry works and operates, which is so fun, to be surrounded by these gals, that are younger than me, because it's just very different. Of course, trends change, but right, that's like in every industry, like
Hmm.
innovation of your career. Yeah, it's just honestly, I think it's social media has made an impact, a huge impact on our industry for sure.
So kind of piggybacking off of social media, what about AI? Are you a fan of, I've heard a few hairstylists like, stop bringing me these AI pictures.
So it's interesting because I just had this conversation with somebody recently. I've had a couple of people show me pictures, Pinterest or whatever, and one person in particular was like, "Mom, don't show your hairstylist that because this is AI." And I'm like, "Okay, well that's fair that it's fake, but if you think about it, it's still color, it's still a haircut. So how do we get to that end point, right? Like if you're bringing me an AI photo or something that's been enhanced, like I take everything out of what's happening in terms of AI, and this is your hair and this is what I'm seeing. How do we get there? You know what I mean? So like
Mhm.
I don't think AI will take my job. I hope not.
I hope
But
not.
in terms of photos and videos, oh yes, it's doing crazy things for it. I mean, right, people are bringing Pinterest pictures or ChatGPT. Oh, I put my face in. Well, oh, I don't. Yeah, I don't know if that is gonna work for you, but
Mhm.
but right, you just have to kind of like, this is what you are. This is what you want to be. How do we get there? I don't care if it's a hair color on a dinosaur, right? Like, but that's the mind frame that we have to be in today and age.
Mhm. Yeah, it's crazy. Technology, especially being in it for so long, seeing all the changes.
Oh, yeah. The generational gap is crazy in our industry.
Do you have a favorite trend or hairstyle that you wish would come back, or maybe a trend that you wish would go away?
Um, well, I think it's just like naming, right? Every like look has a name, like balayage, ombre. Ombre was huge for a while. That was, gosh, probably what, 10 years ago, 12 years ago. Things, oh, gosh, do I wish something would come back? I Nothing sticks out in particularly, but something. in my career that you heard all the time was like the Jennifer Aniston haircut, which I just heard recently again. And I was like, oh, that's a blast from the past. I'm
Mhm.
like, dude, like, would the 21-year-old know like what that is, right? Like,
Right.
because they're who's Jennifer Aniston? They probably know, but they're more of like TikTok and Instagram. They know that is those are their celebrities. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? So yeah, I don't know. Nothing like I don't want to see. Oh gosh, this might be a. I don't want to see chunky, thick
Hmm.
highlights, low lights come back. And again, I hope that's not offensive to anyone that's rocking it for you. But
That was a moment in
my
time.
popular opinion. So did I. The Kelly Clarkson. Everyone showed that picture. Um,
Mhm.
I'm I'm like, well, now it's called color blocking, or there. Like I said, everything's renamed. And then I'm like, what's that? Oh, I did that once 15 years ago, right? So I think our industry has just evolved, but everything has a name. Every look has a, oh, there's a new name for this. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, I can imagine like people that are still doing hair that are 10 years older than me.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
Hmm. The Rachel. It's funny because sometimes when I
Rachel,
like blow out my hair, it'll look like that. And I'm like, I'm gonna bring it back, but I'm like,
bring it back, girl. Oh, that's funny.
what inspired you to get into hair, the hair industry?
Oh gosh. I
Especially so
actually,
young. That's crazy.
oh yeah, I was actually accepted to a small school to do fashion merchandising. I applied to a small school and I knew I had to do hair. Like I just liked it. I cut my cousin's hair um, illegally. I would take my scissors to, family's hair, friends' hair. I really then started becoming intrigued in makeup. And I am not a makeup artist. Don't ask me to do your makeup, but I really was intrigued by fashion. So it kind of spiraled. I decided I did not want to go away to school, to a college, a university. And I just went to my parents and said, this is something that I want for myself. We have a work program through my high school. And I got to leave early. And then I went to beauty school, super part time, and then graduated, continued full time after I graduated high school so I could get my license. Yeah. And it's just evolved since my careers. Yeah, I just going away to school, I don't know, was not for me, I suppose.
Mhm.
Design, I always loved art. I loved art in school, photography. So I kind of was always in that art field. But yeah, I definitely liked hair. Although something fascinating. When I was young, I could never do hair. How do these people stand all day? Here we are. Here we are.
Do you have any tips or tricks for people that are on their feet all day? Do you have special
Um,
shoes or
I don't
just
have special shoes, but I want to take my advice. Okay, so coming on my own now that I'm on my own and a business owner, I everyone decorates their rooms and their suites. I think I'm the only one in this whole place that has a mat that I stand on. I'm like, that must show my
yeah.
age.
No, it
um,
makes such a difference.
I, they teach you in school, like, when you're cutting, like, bend at your knees. Don't, I don't think anyone's ever followed. My shoulders and back are hard as a rock. Like, I could probably get a massage every day. And I don't know if that would even, I don't. I mean, yeah, take care of your bodies.
Mhm.
Yeah. Good shoes. Yeah, I would find a good shoe. Don't do heels. I think I did that the beginning of my career, right? Like wedges, tall wedges, a heel. I don't do that anymore.
Well, when you're young, you know.
I know. You're like, oh, and this can happen to me. And then you're like, oh, you're leaving work at 9 o'clock and my back hurts. Yeah.
Mhm.
Self care. I mean, yeah, huge.
Mhm.
But no, I I don't do anything. I know I should have probably taken advice from my elders in my career. What do you have for me?
It's hard too, because when you're in the groove, it's like, oh, fix your
Oh
posture.
yeah,
It's like,
you're
no, I
right.
just gotta get here really quick.
Oh, yeah. At lunch, I would definitely recommend scheduling a lunch for yourself and taking it, sitting down, take your half hour, whatever it is, whether it's on your own, if you or you work for somebody like I do, because that's something I'm a like a workhorse. I don't need a break. Like I need to keep moving. That's something that I wish I took my own advice on is to just like you need you need a break. You need to, have downtime. And I didn't do that many years. Still
I think a
sometimes,
lot of
but
people can relate to that. So I saw that you recently started doing head spa stuff.
yeah.
For
Yes.
most of the people that don't know what that is, do you want to
Yes.
kind of
So
share the benefits?
the last couple of years of my career, I have really took a dive into scalp and hair health. So 6 years ago, I went back to trichology school, which trichology is the study of hair loss, scalp health. And I went down a rabbit hole because first I haven't heard the first half of my career probably one time about hair loss. And now this last half of my career, hair loss it's an epidemic for so many reasons. So it was something that was intriguing to me. And I do have a geeky side of me because I like science. I like the why behind things. Like why is that? Why does that work? Or why is this happening? And so, oh my gosh, this is something like I'm super passionate about. So I did go back to school to get my trichology certification. It's almost like bridging the gap between dermatology and hairstylist, being a hairstylist. But then unfortunately the pandemic happened and I never took my clinicals. And then fast forward, here we are, domino effect. I never went back to finish my final clinicals. So I would say I'm not fully certified, a disclosure, but I did take all of the theory and book work, hands-on portion, but I didn't take my very final test. And there's a lot involved in that too. Yeah, I started the head spa because it really dives deep into scalp health and cleaning the scalp down to the root because, daily we're not getting proper cleansing just by a regular shampoo. I hate to say it, but science proves that. So the Japanese head spa is like an ancient Japanese practice that we use certain steps to get the scalp and hair cleansed down to the root. There's also massaging techniques and certain things that are proven to help with hair growth, blood flow. Certain oils are used. So I kind of wanted to pair like doing hair and then kind of go a little further, help my clients and others dive deep into that issue. Because if you really keep up with the services and then product recommendation, people are seeing new hair growth, the stopping of some hair loss, like at a rapid rate. There's so much behind it. I know we could talk all night about this because I am so passionate about it. But I wanted to do this. And honestly, at the end of the day, it is an experience I recommend, even if people don't like to be touched or like their scalp manipulated. It is an experience that I can't even sit and explain. You have to get one. Yeah, it's love it.
Well, it sounds like it'd be very beneficial for someone with oily hair. You could probably
Oily,
see it.
dry, dandruff, hair loss, yeah, overproduction of sebum.
Mm.
People that are on, different medications that our body puts up a blocker sometimes because technically to survive, we don't need one piece of hair on our body. So in science, when our body goes into fight or flight, the last thing it protects is our hair. So it's the first thing to go. It'll protect your eyes, your skin, which is the largest organ in your body. But you really don't need hair to survive, right? So like our bodies in science know, like if you're going through something, whether it's trauma, you're on medication, I mean, down to like even chemical burn, heat burn, like your hair's gonna fall out. It's gonna break, right? For all these reasons. But now we're trying to find reason, things to help that to reverse. So this is a start. I mean, there's so many things, right? But this is the beginning.
I'm like, shoot, I'm in Colorado and like I was looking at your website. I'm like, oh, I just need to go get one. I'm like,
You have I know it's interesting because I was the first one. Now, mind you, I am a suite, so we have one bed and one technician. I would love to expand because people want to do like couples or like mother daughter or husband wife or part, like side by side. I only have one bed at this time, but I would find somewhere in your area. Highly recommend it. Highly.
Sounds wonderful.
You're just
And
for
then,
relaxation. You're like, I just want my scalp rubbed.
yeah.
And because all my technicians that work in there are licensed hairstylists. In Illinois, we are very strict on your licensing and who can perform. So they're able to do a blowout. I mean, that's a whole nother service in itself. So you get a full like product at the end, blowout. So that's even worth it just for that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Sign
Like
me
a,
up.
yeah.
And then I saw that you started doing some red light therapy. How does that help with the scalp?
Yeah, so we just started doing red light therapy. So there it penetrates the hair follicle. So we have a full lamp that's on you. It helps with your skin, it helps with hair regrowth, but the light itself, I mean, again, you have to do your research. There are, and I don't know this off the top of my head, I don't have this memorized, but there's certain like certain numbers that you have to look for that a lamp is going to give off for you to reap benefits. I actually was just reading an article by a doctor even that it's helping with like mental clarity, mental health. Just that part of sitting there and having that red light on you is like it's stimulating hair growth beneath the surface. Just like I was seeing a lot of these like tanning places now are offering full beds. You could sit in that have like red light therapy. I highly recommend it. If you're one that goes to a sauna or you work out and you can do red light therapy after that, I would do it. It helps with your skin, like boosting collagen. It actually can prevent, again, there's statistics, but if you follow certain protocols, it can prevent hair that's already on your head from falling out. So there is a ton of benefits. Elasticity, which is huge. It helps with elasticity on your skin and your hair. And every lamp has a different time frame, but on average, if I'm not mistaken, I believe 20 minutes a day is where you reap your benefits. There's like the caps that you could wear. Some their companies say 10 minutes. So I mean, you just have to kind of. But yes, we did just incorporate a red light therapy into one of our head spa services because even though all of our treatments do help with hair loss, we wanted to specify one specific treatment for people that are truly like losing their hair and really want to see benefits. So recommend getting that.
I love that. Well, shoot, I'm gonna come see you next time I come into
I know.
town. It just sounds like a magical time.
You.
So what inspires you to go out on your own and open
Oh
own
gosh.
business?
Um, be emotional. Um, uh, I have been blessed. Let me like preface this that I have been very blessed in my career to have the last 20 years. I worked for an amazing company and I am blessed that I have had so many opportunities like I did. Again, I worked at other salons prior to that, the earlier years in my career, but what inspired me to go off on my own was more personal. Um, Family. Um, I honestly, at the end of the day, even though I pretty much work the same hours, give or take, I, I just wanted the freedom to do me. I know that sounds crazy, even though I'm super structured. It's crazy. People think, oh, you're on your own. You come. No, like I'm very strict with myself. I have a strict schedule. I follow it. Yes, every now and again, I want to close my schedule. I can. I don't have to go to a manager or to a boss, even though it was easy, right? Like, even though that communication was open, I don't have to do that. Like, I am able to just close my schedule. If I want to give myself a day off because I want to sit on my couch, I can do that, right? Like I know that seems crazy, but um I haven't done that yet in 2 years that I have been on my own, but
But you
um
can.
just you sitting on the couch on the, yeah, I would, that's awesome. But do you know what I'm saying? Like if I just want
Mhm.
to look ahead and go, okay, September 20th, I'm going to close my schedule. I can. I don't have to ask anyone. So the freedom, the scheduling, definitely was my number one. Number two, I don't have to live on anyone else's time. So if I have you and we decide that, we want to book your hair for 8 hours or 5 hours, or, I don't have, I don't feel pressure at all, like being on my own. I have not in 2 years, I have not one time felt pressure to double book, triple book. I need an assistant. I also I've been able to use other product lines. I have worked mainly in salons that have been, I'll use the word like contracted, to use a specific brand. And I feel like I've evolved, even though this sounds really funny. I am on like I don't want to say the older end, but like I am on the older end in my career in terms of like, um, oh wow, you're in your 40s and you're now just using, new product, or you're trying something new. And these last 2 years have been amazing for that. Like I've been able to try new product, try new color lines, try new techniques, like without feeling pressure because my next client's here. And then the last thing that I will say, well, is I could kind of piggyback. I really appreciate just being on my own. I don't have to worry. I was really consumed the last couple of years of my career because there is such a gap in, like, a generational gap in our industry, that my age group was groomed very differently in our industry. Our hustle's different, the way that the culture. And now it was very hard for me to see that change. It was hard for me to be surrounded by people sitting in a back room on TikTok all day if they didn't have a client, which I have TikTok. I'm not saying that. I think TikTok's
Mhm.
great. I have a good chunk of followers. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is that the hustle is very different. And it was hard for me to watch that. And I don't think that precedence was set towards the end of my career. So it was hard for me to watch. It was hard for me And again, I don't know what that looks like. I wish I was like a salon coach, or like, what are the answers to see that dissipate? I don't know. And that it's growth. I mean, like I said, I'm a seasoned stylist. I have been licensed. Have been a salon educator, a coach. I have a lot of accolades under my belt. And, you know, the hard part is when you are this evolved in your career and you sit down for review after review, and you don't see like an increase in pay, not even just raising your prices, because that, I mean, like, you're not seeing, um, it's hard. It's hard, you know, um, it's hard. You need growth. I need financial growth. Like, just like every prices are being, going up in places. I feel like I wanted to see growth. And I think the only way to do that was to be on my own.
Props to you. And you did great at it. So, kind of piggybacking off of that, is the end of my working career at that salon. You designed and made your own straightener. So, what sparked that? And thank you.
Um, oh yes. So from 2016, it is a great story, lovely story, learned so much. But in 2016, or we'll call it like 2015, my flat iron went out. It stopped working, and I don't know what. I was on this quest to find the perfect straightener, and I was at every beauty supply store, even department stores, and I'm like, what am I looking for? Why can't I just like pull the trigger and buy one? But I'm like, what do I even want? What am I looking for here? And I started researching. I went to Google, right? And I started looking up like flat irons, and like, what are flat irons even made out of? Like, I'm a hairstylist, right? I do hair, even though I should know like the metals. So then I just went down rabbit hole. Like, I'm not kidding you. Probably for 18 months, I researched metal. I dove deep into like MIT, and I actually reached out and was sent. They did a study about metals and like the best material at what temperature is best for the hair, and like all these things. And I'm like, is there something out there? And I'm like, could I do this? I'm like, Christy, Bruski, one man band. Like, is this something? And then it sparked my interest even more, because I was at New York Fashion Week. Behind the scenes, I got to do hair, and I met a gal that was on my team a couple times, and she made her own blow dryer. And again, same thing, just a stylist. She was from the East Coast, and I was like, so I started like, I don't want to use the word journaling, but like just taking notes. And I have a book still, that I would write certain things in. And I'm like, what would I have to do this? So I started looking at manufacturing companies in the US, and I'm like, oh, yeah. I mean, I couldn't afford, right? Like, I'm like, plus even a prototype was different than finding a prototype or a sample from overseas. So I connected with several different manufacturing companies in Shenzhen, China. And again, upon research, I met finally, probably after the sixth or seventh manufacturing company that understood what I was looking for. I mean, I was sketching what I wanted, like, my flat iron to look like. I was sketching, like, then I started interviewing people I didn't know. I was reaching out to stylists. If you could name one thing in a flat iron, what would it be that is not in your current one? Or what would you like add to it if you could? I mean, I heard like a longer cord, right? Simple things like a longer cord. Oh, I wish it swiveled. because I get caught around my chair. Now, again, I was reaching out to people that were professional behind the chair and consumers that were going to buy one. And you do have to separate yourself. I'm a consumer too, right? So like I have to think on both sides, like do it as a consumer and then as a professional. Oh gosh, so for like I said, I believe from like start to finish, it took me 22 months from, like I said, just like interviewing people to drawing a sketch on paper. What do I want it to look like? Getting prototypes made, and then also making sure that it's like UL certified, right? So if you're having something made, and then I had to go down the science part. I had to go down, like, I'm not an electrician, so I know nothing about that. However, I had to do research and understand, okay, well, what does it take to bring it to the US and to put it on a shelf? So then I had to have a third party company test my product to make sure that it was up to our US standards, that it can be correctly put into an outlet. I had to find somebody to help me with a logo. And I knew, I thought I knew and understood what a logo and marketing meant. But honestly, someone my husband grew up with, that's what he does for a living. He has big name brands that he works with and works for. So I sat with him. I actually contacted two people, and I always went to people that I loved their work and trusted. And I think I talked to him my very first call for 2 hours because he wanted me to understand what a logo meant. Who do you want to attract? Understanding like McDonald's versus Burger King. Like we went through all of that. And I was like fascinated. I'm like, wow, there's so much more to just like starting a flat iron company. Or my goal was to have a full accessory company. But I mean, just to see what one, I mean, at, the 11th hour, I was changing like a diamond to a diamond shape, like you're changing things last minute. But yeah, so the flat iron, it was, again, something that like makes me emotional because I still can't believe, here we are talking about it. And
I still use it to this day.
I, I do that often. Like you don't understand. I still have your flat iron, and it's the best flat iron, and I love hearing
Mhm.
that. The unfortunate, like I don't want to say unfortunate. The fortunate part, it's like it's money, right? Like I'll be blunt. It's comes down to money. I mean, I personally believe in my product and think that it's the best flat iron that has ever been on the market. I mean, it has like a spring plate so that your hair doesn't get pulled. It has a more pointy shape in the front. I wanted to do that because people that have short hair, you need to get down to your root. Like my cord is double the length than the average tool in general, so that you're not caught. I did do a swivel. It has an automatic shut off because I actually interviewed, this is fascinating, the men, because it's just as important for men, that the 90% of men that I interviewed about, like, hey, tell me more, like, they said, do you know how many times I've had to shut my wife or my daughter's flat iron off? Do you know that 3 hours later you know, I'm like, so you would like an automatic shut off? Done. Done. So like, right? So you have to like take into consideration the big picture of not just I need a flat iron to straighten my hair. I also wanted it to curl or wave, because that was a big thing back
Mhm.
then, right? People were using like different irons for different trying to create different shapes of their hair. And it heats up. It has a really big range of temperature. So yeah, all the things that I wanted in one, right? I'm not the average person's gonna go create a but I'm like, I had to see it through. I'm an Aries and very competitive, and I was not letting this one go. Yeah. So, uh, yeah. So again, back to now, I feel like I'm babbling, but the part of the marketing part is I think it could have blew up. I think it could have gone, but I never stopped working behind the chair. So I have been told by people that I trust, in business, coaches. I've been in many conferences. Watch Shark Tank to this day, one of my favorite shows, and it's you have to give up the core. Like I had to give up doing hair if I wanted to put every ounce of me into this product, and then growing a business and an accessory company. I should have done that 24/7, and I didn't. I also never went to like scale out like banks. I never like went into a traditional bank and said, hey, I need like $500,000. Like, let's get this, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
I should have gone to on a bigger level. I did go to big box companies. I did get guided to different stores and buyers, which is a whole nother, but again, I'm a one, understanding like shelf space and, you pay for that. Understanding like if it's not selling for so many days, you have to put it on clearance. Like I'm eating that money, right? Like, so there's so many things, but I think if I put working behind the chair to rest and been okay with that and really focused on that, I think we would be having a different conversation.
Mhm.
But I'm still happy. I still like have met and been a part of so many things because of that. I still
Mhm.
sell it. I scaled back. I got rid of my website. I was on Amazon for a few years. I'm not on Amazon anymore. Again, everything is money, 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 right? Like, right? Fortunately, unfortunately, you got to spend money to make money. Some of the other things that I have designed and developed and like got prototypes and have perfected, but now you're talking like now you have to pay for packaging. Now you have to. There's like maybe one day.
When you want to retire.
Yeah.
Well, it's a long lasting thing. It's lasted me forever, so
So glad.
yeah, it's been amazing. And I am one that is not talented with my hair and I can curl it and people are like, "Wow, your hair looks amazing." I'm like, "It's not me, it's the tool."
That's something else people have said. That's awesome. I love that.
Mhm. It's true. Yeah. So kind of going back to the New York Fashion Week, I've known you for years and I've kind of like followed your page. You've been to so many cool places to do like continuing education and stuff like that. Where is like your favorite place you've gone to do hair?
New York, for
New
sure,
York?
hands down. Yep. I have, yeah, that was a peak in my career for sure, was being a part of 2 seasons of Fashion Week. Um, I thrive. It's interesting because, you heard me say like I'm by myself and I love working by myself, but I do thrive in environments of like talented people. I love and am so intrigued by others, especially in my career, right? Like I have been one and I've been known, still to root people on. Like I've never ever have fallen short of like, oh my gosh, you did an amazing job. That's just my personality. So being surrounded by people like-minded, right? Like that has a love for what you love, and then watching. Even though I was lucky and privileged and had the opportunity to be on New York Fashion Week, which for a lot of people, you can't even get in, right? Like, so I feel so blessed that I had that opportunity, but to be surrounded by some talented people. I mean, some of these people now are like, they're celebrity hairstylists, people that were on my teams. That was their dream and their goal. They moved across the country and that's their life now. They're like spokespeople for Sephora. And I'm like, I worked with these people. Like, oh my gosh, it's
Oh, cool.
awesome. New York. I think maybe I don't know if it was because it's New York or if it's just because like I was thriving at that
Fashion
part of
Week.
fashion week. I mean, come on. I had celebrities sitting in front of me. Um, yeah, I think New York Fashion Week definitely was like icing on the cake for sure. But again,
So
I've also gotten to be a part of different like, the Aveda Network with their hair shows and like, on stage, New Orleans I've been to and, conferences and have seen some really cool things. So I was just in North Carolina. Yeah, but I think New York definitely icing on the cake.
I could say that's fair. So is that something like they have to find you, or did you like have to submit anything to be like, I want to do this? Since most of
So
us will never have that opportunity.
yeah, so it's very interesting. So the brand that I worked for, so it was the opportunity that did come from the salon that I worked at. Part of their education rollout, you're able to take a class in New York that proceeds to get you into Fashion Week, but it's almost like a tryout. So, like, yes and no. So that's how it was now. Again, don't quote me. I am not certain if that's how they do it now or if that's even like an opportunity, if they're still doing that, but we're talking a while back. Actually, yeah, it's been probably 10 years now, 9, 10 years. But yeah, so I was able to like get into a class and then you have to kind of prove yourself. And it was a 2 or 3 day behind the scenes. So it was like working with the product, working fast, lots of hands on, working in groups, partners. Like, can you work with people, right? Because everything in Fashion Week is fast. Like, and then if the gentleman that ran the program, if he thought that you were like sought out to do this, you got like a pass and then you got to come back and then you were on the team. So basically, I did that a couple times and it was great. I proved myself, I suppose.
What are some of your best tips for like the lazy hair girls where they're like, I don't know what to do with my hair, but I want it to look cute? What's one of your styles you go to for like effortless and easy?
um, okay, effortless hair. So if you're getting up and you're like, I don't want to shampoo today. Okay, we all love a good dry shampoo, but because I thrive in the hair loss department, look for cornstarch as one of the base, like an ingredient, and stay away from talc. Cornstarch in a dry shampoo washes off at your next shampoo. That's just a side note. So, dry shampoo is like sprayed in and go kind of thing. Like, I don't want to, I love a good messy, like pullback hair tie. I'm surprised I actually don't have one on my wrist. I did, but I took it off, pulling it back. A clip has been my summer. I have worn, a big clip in the back of my hair. I sweat. I get hot very easily. My whole life, not just now. I love a good clip in the hair. Just a quick like pull back. Um, I know I could go on. There's so many things you can do, right? I say quick, but people are like, that's still like challenging
So
for me.
hard.
um, clips. I honestly go out and buy like claw clips. I mean, now every company is making them A-Lo, all, what are Hollister, they all have their own type of clip that you could put in the hair for everyone. You could do half up, you could do it half back. I am a scrunchy girl. I don't know if that's like an old fashioned thing or if it's like,
It's making a comeback. I'm seeing a lot of people with scrunchies now.
I
We'll
love
bring
a
it
good
back.
scrunchie. Roll my hair back. Yes. Yes. Like sign me up. But
Mhm.
like I think the messy tasseled like bun could look so classic and like it doesn't take long at all. Or you could play it down. Like, I mean, I'm one if I'm like want to go to the gym. I know a lot of these girls, I still want to look good. I get it. Like, but yeah, I don't know. I think it could go for working out. It goes for like to dinner or work, a good messy bun. Yeah.
Love it. Classic.
Love it.
So I love to color my hair, as you can see. Um,
Yeah,
Working
you always
at the
have
salon
fun
got me
there.
hooked on that. What is some advice you would give people that are like, I want to get it colored, but I can't afford it, so I'll just do a box color?
Uh, okay. Um, well, if I'm going to be very, very honest, and it's not because I need like you in my chair or, but there's a couple things with this conversation. There are so many nitro dyes in a box color that you, the box color companies can't, like, there's no guarantee one like that you're getting that what's in your box, right? You go to Jewel, I don't, and excuse my ignorance. I know like you could go to Jewel and all these different like buy it off the shelf. Oh, there's a swatch here, or like, oh, this looks, but there's so much science behind hair color. Like, what are you naturally? Do you have something on your hair already? What's your natural? And everything's a level, everything's a number. So for us, I know this is crazy because, they're trying to deregulate our license. And I'm here to say, like, no, no, no. And this is why I know there people are out there that have success coloring their hair from a box. I am not taking that away, right? Like black is black, right? Like you're a level one, like you want to be black, like let's put black on your hair. Okay, fair. I'll give you that. But you want like a medium chestnut brown, but a little bit of auburn, but you have blonde in your hair, but you swam right last week, so you got green on your ends. Do you know how to compensate for all that? Chances are probably you don't. And again, that's not saying that the consumer is like uneducated or like ignorant to what's happening, but like I also value my license. I don't know.
hmm
Okay, so my short long answer is yes, there are professional companies now that talk talk with, you could go online and do a consultation and then you get the color shipped to you. And there are companies out there that do that I would definitely back, but I don't think I have like a specific, like, okay, go get back. Like I understand that like hair color and that, our expenses is
It's an
hair.
expensive habit.
It is. You get what you pay for. I will say that. And I'm not against it. I tell, even like with the product, right? Like I have clients and guests in my chair that are like, even back to like using product on their hair. What, like, if I didn't purchase this or this, like, what would you recommend? And the short answer is I don't have a direct answer because I'm somebody that like really, really researches what ingredients are in product, hence why I carry the brand I do. So I would feel like an injustice to myself and my career and what I'm preaching every single day to tell you to go to like Walgreens and get like the, $5 like dry shampoo that's going to clog your hair follicles and probably could make your hair fall out like down the road. Like, I don't want to do that. But I'm also on the other side. I understand there's things that I definitely like can't afford and don't want to spend money on. And so I'll go the cheaper route or scale back, right? But I have a hard time with that answer because I don't want to direct like, my licensing, right? Like
Mhm.
I am sure that things have evolved out there and that there are kits and stuff that have come a long way. I just don't know what that is. I just don't have that answer.
hmm I was talking to my hairstylist a few months ago, but
Pause.
somebody came in and she had a box color done and she wanted some sort of color done. And when they went to go put it on, she didn't say she had box color on. So they were like, this is your natural hair. This is fine. So they put color on and then it was like this, like the color that came out was just like, and
Oh,
she's
that
like, did you have a box color on? And she's like, yeah, months ago. And she's like, you need to
no, it
tell
never.
us that.
So that's part of so that was something I was going to actually touch on because that's something that happens quite often in our industry. Like it's on both sides. The consultation wasn't done correct on our part, where we should ask, like, when was the last time you colored your hair? Is it professional dye? Was it box color? Because, like I said, box color has so many nitro dyes on each other. When it overlaps on your hair, it piles up and piles up. It's very different than professional hair color. It's very different than what we're think about it. We're customizing. We're mixing a tube of color, maybe some pure tones, maybe not, and then your activator. If you got this mix A with B, shush, shush, you know what I'm saying? And you're putting it like, that's also hard for us, but it also goes to this to the guest, to the client in the chair, because a lot of times they're not honest. So
Mm-hmm.
it's really hard for us to do our job, because, oh, when was the last time well, if your hair is this long and 6 months, you still have, you know, you still have, right? Like your hair. So there's so much more into like, oh, it's out of my hair. It's been 6 months. No, it's actually not. So yeah, that does happen. Yeah.
Yeah. It's an
Tragic.
expensive habit, but it's worth it.
It is. And again, I tell people, go less often, if that's, or some stylists have a really good, I don't know. There are so many things, like a reward system, or you they might be able to guide you, like, okay, how can I look my very best, like on a budget? I would offer, I mean, hey, instead of, oh, I want to be so blunt, what if we just did like a crown foil or like a mini foil around your face? You don't have to come in for a full blonding or a full highlight session, every 2 months. Like I don't believe that at all. Now there are some stylists that might believe that. I do not. I'd rather see you less. I mean, again, covering gray, doing a touch up is different, right? But I'd rather see you less often and have your hair in like great condition, see the shine. Maybe I can send you home a specific product, or maybe you come in between and get a toner, right? Instead of like getting that whole service done every single time I see you. There are so many options. And a good stylist should be able to guide you on that. So yeah.
I'm like the bad one where I'm like, I'm gonna wait till it fades to a really weird color. I'm like, hey, I'm back.
And that's okay too, right? Like, stylists can appreciate, some stylists might appreciate that, right? Like waiting. I don't know. I just think if you have a great stylist, they should be able to put you on a good regimen. Like, I want to see you back in this long, and this is this amount of time, and this is what we're gonna do. You know? Yeah.
Easy peasy.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. It can be easy. I know
It
it
can.
sucks.
It should be, I should say. What are some of your favorite tools or products to use? And I know price, like if price wasn't an option for people, what would you recommend for people?
Yeah. So now I am obsessed with K18. K18 is a like on a like biomolecular level in science. Again, here I go with the geekiness, but it is repair system. Repair is the best I've seen. I have, again, coming on my own, did a lot of research, and there are other brands out there that just aren't up to par for so many reasons. But K18 for hair repair, but also preventing hair damage. I do a lot of blonding, a lot of blondes, a lot of highlights, a lot of all types, so that's lightening, you're opening the cuticle of the hair. And my goal in life is to keep hair intact, like as best as possible, right? I love K18. So that's a fan favorite. I use probably 80% of the time on my clients. I am a keratin complex fan, which is keratin treatments, and it's done at a very natural level. I do treatments on people all the time. It's for people with more frizzy hair, more even compromised hair, people that have damage. It helps basically in layman's term, like coat the cuticle of the hair, fill the hair in, like think of like a street that has a bunch of potholes in it. It kind of like asphalt kind of fills that in, seals it down. And then they also have some products with that treatment. I just fell in love with even more so. I was using keratin complex even at the salon I worked at, but not back bar products. But now I've kind of been diving a little bit deep into their line and I'm very happy with it and my clients are really happy with it. And then my favorite, what I'm using as a whole, is Davines. Davines, I'm using their whole color line. I'm also using back bar product and I also have some shelf like retail. Davines is an Italian brand, Parma, Italy. So they farm their own ingredients, create their own aromas. They do a lot of research, which I mean, I'm sure all brands do, right? But like they pass it on to us. They do a lot of like surveys and polling the audience and like their consumer, their clients. I appreciate that. And they have a big line. It's probably one of the biggest beauty lines that I've seen. There's something for everyone. And I don't want to see like me and like a jack of all trades, master of none, but they have, I mean, I've been really impressed. I have never seen more shiny hair color in my life. And I mean, I hope people like come, like I want to, I actually couldn't believe it. The amount of people, my first 6 months of being on my own, and again, was I afraid? Absolutely. Even though I'm so evolved in my career, like I'm switching. I am making one of the biggest changes in my life. The amount of people that reached out, emailed, texted, called, or even like sat in my chair that second appointment, third appointment. They're like, my hair has never looked and felt. I'm like, wow. So I don't know if it's just because I've been so living in a bubble and using the same thing for the majority of my career, or if it's new. And then the second thing is their lighteners. I have a lot of my blonde clients that said both like my blonde is like it's never been better, but also like how it feels, you know, and like so I mean, yeah, so I'll say like all three of those so far. I do use I might this get backlash for this, but I do use Redken Shades toners and I do really like the results that I've gotten. I, of course, still use Davines toners, but they're just different. I can't explain it. Well, I can, but that's a whole nother like conversation. But so yes, but I am a Davines stylist technically. So like I have their whole line, their brand, back bar, styling, color, and retail. So yeah.
Hmm. So for
Yeah.
someone with naturally oily hair, what would you recommend them look for or avoid?
Ooh. So of course, any product that has oil in it, a lot. So there's two things happening. Like it can be in your the way that you execute how you shampoo and how often. So you can go down that road. Diet has a lot to do with oils. I know that stylists don't talk about it, but it's a fact. Are you washing too often? Are you not washing enough? Are you washing out your oil so much that your scalp is producing sebum, which is oil, at a rapid rate that you can't keep it under control? There's debate in like that we train our oil production. I do believe that. I've seen it, but now we're hearing like, no, you don't train. But I believe in everything that I've done. I believe that you do train your oil production because if you're shampooing every day, like your scalp, you're shampooing all your oils, your natural oils. We need our natural oils. So it takes like 2 weeks to get on a good schedule, a good regimen, you know, for your oil production or lack thereof. Product in terms of what to use. Davines has a line called Natural Tech, and Natural Tech has product geared just for your scalp, for your root. That's what we use. We use specific certain products that we have to use to be called a Japanese head spa or head spa, but I use Davines as a whole in my head spa because they have specific line just for your scalp. So if you're producing too much oil, there's dandruff line, which I love, and it works. If you keep on a regimen, you'll see results, in the end.
Hmm, good to know. I know I'm like, and I don't know if it's because it's so dry out here, if that's
Oh,
doing stuff, but I'm like, now I'm like
what could we?
a
Yes. Well,
day
we could have a
after I
conversation
wash it, I'm like,
like offline, but um, I swear by what you're using and how often what you're using, meaning like, yes, you could put a tape over the brand. It's more about the ingredients at the end of the day. But if I know a brand and I know a brand well, I could tell you, oh, this is what's in it. This is what's best suited for your hair, right? Like, if you're using something with a lot of silicone in it, silicone is part of the rubber and plastics category. So that's going to shellac your scalp. Your scalp's not going to be able to breathe. Your hair and your scalp aren't going to be able to absorb proper moisture nutrients it needs, and then possibly either A, continue to be oily, right? Because it's just building up. It's like wax upon wax. So of course you're going to be super oily. Our natural derivatives of silicone that are like Indavenas that are specifically farmed. They're not like a plastic. It's not as hard. They're not. It's not harmful. So again, we
mhm.
could totally have this conversation if later. But
Yeah.
that
When I
yeah,
come and do my head spa treatment, you can.
yeah, yeah.
What are some of the best products to use when transitioning to gray hair?
Ooh. In terms of are you like talking actual like at home products, or are you talking about color, or like
She's a
what are
color girly, so I would think color.
so I have a few guests that I'm working with now that sit in my chair. Christy, I don't want to be an every 4 week touch up anymore. I want to transition. So we do gray blending. And I actually had a client this afternoon so we're not using permanent color anymore. We're doing a demi, or again, like products that would be like a toner. But professionally, gray blending, if you find a good stylist, if whomever is transitioning, there's to- a ton of different formulas that can be used, but getting away from now, I have done the full like color makeover where I've pulled out old color so that they can get lighter and get more to their grade pattern. That's a day or two process if they're like not wanting to color their hair at all. But toning the hair, like once you get, I also have clients that are like, I don't want to stop seeing you. Like I don't want to like go gray, but like not get my hair. I gloss so many clients. Davines has a clear shine gloss product that is specific for shine, and you can add a little tone in it, just to kind of take the edge off. This Two of my favorite things that every person that has gray hair needs at home is a hair clarifier, because a lot of our water deposits on gray hair and can make it like green or yellow or get like an orangey cast to it. So if you want to keep your hair looking like shiny gray, clarifying your hair once or twice a week is huge. The second part of that is having a purple shampoo conditioner that can be used once a week or once every, you don't want to overdo it, but once a week or once every other week to keep your hair looking that gray, that neutral tone. But in terms of like actual product, because I have gray hair, yeah, I mean, gray hair tends to be more coarse. So I mean, yeah, you might want to use something that helps with like smoothing it down, or something like anti-humidity so that gray hair is not going to do this. I have a lot of guests that are short gray hair that love a good pomade, right? Because their hair, it's coarse around their face, it's coarse right here. Their pomade will last them a year. It's just, you put it on your fingers and you kind of like rub it through a little bit to help that coarseness, that kinky like feel. A paste pomade, something like that. But yeah, in terms of like a specific, like my hair is gray, I don't have something specific that stands out. But I just did my mother-in-law's hair and I just clarified it. Cause I'm like, girl, what's going on? Your water is like, you got some yellow in there. We got to get that out. But she has beautiful short gray hair. Like but I want to keep it like that. So if, unfortunately, on the lighter, there's salt and pepper on the salt part of your gray, it's going to deposit that yellow if you have hard water, well water, and they have well water. So, yeah.
Not a one size fit all, but
Oh, definitely not.
it's a whole thing. Hmm. Let's just ask, what's next for Christy? What is next in
Oh,
your
gosh.
career or slowing down?
Um, Gosh, slowing down. My husband, that's like music to his ears. What's next? Well, I have some things brewing in the back of my head. I still want to continue to be on my own. I do want to grow my head spa business, so I am looking to do that as we speak. I want to like scale it out, make it bigger, a little bit more intense. I don't want to own my own salon or my own spa, but I like the idea of still the same idea of like a salon suite or like my own storefront that can have several beds. I know that's something I would like to see grow. We're very busy. Like I said, I have only two technicians in one bed, so they kind of like share the space and it's working well. But I do turn away a lot of people and it makes me like, hurts my heart every time that I have to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I am just got certified in a whole nother hair extension method. It's really geared for people with hair loss. So it's closures. It's like toppers. I'm sure people are familiar with the word topper. So it's for the top of the head. I just took an intense course in North Carolina, and that's something that I'm diving into now too. In order for me to be fully certified, I have to finish some things and then send it in videos, pictures. So I don't know about slowing down. I know. It's funny because having three kids, like I'm super involved, in their lives in college and grad school and jobs and, you know, um, but now they are getting older, right? So it's weird because even though we got them, my husband and I got them to this point, now I do have a little bit more time, right, for my career, but like it's a catch 22. I know
Mm-hmm.
this is a great question. Yeah, I do have something brewing on a bigger scale that I'm hoping will happen. But my like retirement would be to have my own salon. Like again, I'm in my 40s, so I'm not looking to retire. I don't even know that I ever will because can Christy retire? I'll still be doing something, but scaling back, I would love to have my own salon suite. And really, because I am a licensed stylist, the experience under my belt, I would love to cater to like the beauty industry. We won't even call it just stylist, but like beauty industry, so that people can thrive on their own, but with having a community. So, yeah, I'll leave
I love
it at that.
that. I love that. Well, I I know you're going to accomplish that because you are. I've seen you be such a go-getter, and I mean,
I
the
appreciate it.
things you put out are just fantastic. So I'm excited to see what is next for you, but
Thank
keep
you.
making the straighteners.
Oh, I will. We got that. We got that. Got it
But yeah, if more comes out, I can't wait to try those. And
done.
yeah,
Oh, I
yeah,
appreciate
next time I'm in Chicago, I'm gonna have to
Yeah, please
come
reach
and
out
visit
to
you.
me.
And
I would love, love, love to have you.
yeah, for
Anyways,
sure.
somebody
Well, thank
thought,
you so much for all your time and thank you for coming on and your first podcast.
oh, this
Congratulations.
is my first. I am so excited. I have to like on a side note, I was like, oh my gosh, you are like amazing for even doing this. Cause I'm like,
Mhm.
again, here's me on my list. Like, oh, I want to have my own podcast one day. I'm like, okay, Christy, add it to the list. Even being on a podcast, I'm like, oh my gosh, what an honor. So thank
Yeah.
you for thinking of
Well,
me.
you're welcome back anytime. So thank you so much.
Thank
You
you.
crushed it. Awesome. Well, thank you so much. I hope you have a wonderful evening and
Oh,
yeah,
thank you. You
so
too.
excited to see what's next for you.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Of course, my pleasure. Well, have a wonderful night and we will see you all next time.